All right, what is up, sports fans? We are back for another episode of The Fan in the End here on the Just Play Sports Network, aka JB Sports. I'm your host, as always, Stephen Rochelle. Joining to the big man to the right of me is Mr. Ben Troop. JB will be back here in a moment. A little bit later start today. Life is what life is. We still getting it in. We got a lot of fun stuff to cover for everybody today. Lots of stuff happened in the NFL and sports in general over the last week. Can't be a happier time to be a sports fan in general, let alone an NFL fan. How are we feeling today, Ben? How's life treating you, my friend?
Oh, life is good. Life is good. I appreciate the later start. I'm like you though, Steven. You be thinking that, man, what are we gonna talk about, man, with pro days and getting ready for the draft? The NFL never stops. It's news all the time. It's about what do we pick and choose from, but hey, man, it's the gift that keeps on giving, man. I'm looking forward to getting into it.
Yeah, man. So am I, and there's a lot of fun stuff to go on. I mean, there's the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. I think I want to start off with some good. I want to start off with some good, and we have to absolutely talk about this absolutely with the love from Philadelphia, but Donovan McNabb's son is been pushing it for a little while. I guess didn't quite get the college offers he had, but former fellow Eagle and former quarterback Mr. Michael Vick has taken a job there in the collegiate level, and reached out to Donovan and gave Donnie Jr. Wide receiver scholarship to come down there and have Vic be his coach. I mean, how cool is that? That we're at this time where some of these guys that were successful in the league, played together, played against each other, and then they're now grown men, not young men anymore, grown men, and Michael Vick goes and gives Donnie Jr. Scholarship to go play some college football.
I mean, it's hard to describe a feeling like that, Steven, because look, Michael Vick was obviously a big time Donovan McNabb fan. Obviously, Mike Vick is the reason why Donovan McNabb had to go over to to the then Redskins. And that's business. That's business more than anything else. But Donovan McNabb Jr. is going to be coached under Mike Vick. You can't script it better than that, because obviously Donovan McNabb Jr. grew up a Mike Vick fan as well as his daddy, fan of his dad's. But sometimes you fall to the right spot thinking that every kid thinks I'm going to go D1 big time. And let me say this: Norfolk State is not a drop. It's not a tier 2. If you go to college for free because of an athletic scholarship, you are one of the best or greatest high school players ever. We get so caught up in the big names. I get it. We want the P5, the G5. Michael Vick is my coach. You don't think Michael Vick is going to generate more interest at Norfolk State like Deion did, at Jackson State, like Deshaun Jackson's going to do at Delaware? Like, people, let's not kid ourselves here, right? There's a reason why Marshall Faulk is the running backs coach for Colorado, and Warren Sapp is the D-line coach for Colorado. You don't think Mike Vick, right? I know that Brian Westbrook just got hired by the Eagles. I get it. Hold on now, and I'm not breaking no news. But if Michael Vick called Brian Westbrook to be the coach, he's going to consider. I'm not saying he's going to do it, but he'll consider. Because, listen, why would I not go get the best players to ever do it at the position to come coach these players? So, but shout out to Donovan McNabb Jr. I don't know if no one's going to take care of D. McNabb Jr. better than Donovan McNabb Sr., but Michael Vick is pretty freaking close. That's pretty close as far as looking out for him, NILs, exposure, what the position entails. So, hey, man, I'm happy for Mike Vick, because your first quarterback is the one that's going to decide what the culture is going to be, moving forward. At quarterback, Donovan McNabb Jr., that go Donovan McNabb in the stand, and who's to say D. McNabb don't end up on the staff? I'm just saying. I'm not breaking no news, but I think stuff like that is why we watch. That's why we, That's why we fans of the game. You hope that somebody like that fall into your lap. You know, I mean, what's his name? Arrington, the linebacker from Penn State. His son is going to Penn State like his dad did, wearing number 11 like his dad. So congratulations to the McNabb family, both Donovan McNabb Sr. and Jr. And if you Mike Vick, I don't know who's going to be the starter, but I know I got some gene pools coming up in here. I was like, hey, young man, I know what you possess. Now we gotta, put some structure behind that thing and see what. But congratulations to Mike Vick, congratulations to Donovan McNabb, congratulations to Donovan McNabb Jr. Because even had he gone to the school of his choice, I don't like when people say he's only going to Norfolk State. You know how many players played their last down in football in high school? Most of them. They ain't going to the next level. So congratulations to everybody involved, man. I mean, I wonder if Norfolk State play Delaware State, because if they do, it's gonna be some fireworks.
Yeah, like us, and I want to get to that part of it too. Like not only we're talking about Michael Vick, but like you go and look at, we got Deshaun Jackson's a coach now. I just heard Eddie George is coaching now.
Yeah, Bowling Green.
Yeah, man. So it's like we're starting to see a lot of these guys. I heard that Deion was bringing Warren Sapp on his staff this year to be the defensive line coach over there in Colorado. So it's like we're seeing a lot of these guys that were big names in the late '90s, early 2000s that are now getting their coaching chops. If you had to make a guess, obviously it's way early for that. Who's going to make it to the NFL out of that group?
Oh, I mean, you talking about as a coach?
Yeah, just as a coach.
Deion could be there right now if he wanted to, but he don't want to. For me, I think Eddie George got a shot. Here's why. Eddie George, was at TSU in Nashville where he made his money with the Titans, was able to still have TSU trending up, because obviously when Deion was at Jackson State, it was more Jackson State, Deion. Oh, and there goes Eddie George. For him to go, I mean, Deion made an incredible lateral move to go from Jackson State to Colorado. Eddie George is going from TSU to Bowling Green. Last time I checked, Bowling Green is in Ohio. Last time I checked, I want to say Eddie George is from Ohio, went to Ohio State, won the Heisman. Got a lot of juice going on in that area. For me, I don't care which one it is. I just hope that whoever it is, the team they get is not a dumpster fire team. Because if it is, you setting them up to not be successful because of the lack of culture they're coming into. But if one of those guys, and they would have done it the long way, I would say this. I would hope it would be a coach that's been around longer than those guys who don't got a big name, who because of what they're doing, it helps them get more attention too. But I'm happy for anyone. I would love for it to be like a Deshaun Jackson, because Deshaun Jackson's about as unapologetic as it get. He's a coach's coach, but he's always fighting for those players. But for Michael Vick, to Deion, to Eddie George, to Deshaun, I'm just happy at all these guys getting opportunities. And I don't want to hear this, oh, nobody wanted to coach Delaware State. Lies. Nobody wanted to coach Norfolk. Lies. No, it's easy to say that when Vic, and Deshaun get those positions. Them boys love football. Coaching got to be in your blood, man. It can't be something just because I know some X and O's. But congratulations to everybody involved. And like I say, if Norfolk State head coach was not Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb Jr. is not there. I know that 100%. If Mike Vick ain't there and Mike Vick can't look at him and say, boy, I didn't take this job because I think we less than, but we coming. And to those teams that's going to try to put us on the schedule week 1, week 2, to try to help our athletic program get some money, we might be walking out of there with your check and that L. And that's the L on y'all side of W. So I'm happy for every last one of them. I really, really am. Because a head coach in college football, stop playing. There are coaches that's been assistant coaches 30, 40 years, never even got head coach consideration. That's regardless of color. That's regardless of culture. That's regardless of status. So for them to have that, them ADs are putting a lot on the line for them. So they're going to have to deliver. I just hope they give them time to build a culture up. Really, really do.
I agree. But let's go on to this next one. And it was probably one of the surprising things we heard over the last few days. But Lane Johnson gets another year added, gets some more money thrown around. I mean, obviously, we were talking about leading up to it that Lane had. Lane had he's arguably the best right tackle in football. Has been probably more than the last handful of years. What are your thoughts on that? And he's going to retire an Eagle. I think he's gold jacket bound, if you ask me.
Listen, been to 3 Super Bowls, won 2 Super Bowls, has been a staple at the right tackle position. This is how Roseman flexing. This is him saying, "Whoa, I get." I get AJ getting his extension, 2 years ago. I get Devontae. I get, Saquon Barkley. That was the easiest extension to do in the world. Lane, what? I don't want you to think that we don't appreciate your contribution. You're so good that we forget you're out there. That's how good you are. Nothing is going on your side outside of frustrated DNs and outside linebackers. They're not getting anything. But sometimes, while Lane probably wasn't looking for an extension, like all of us, Steven, we will take it. No one's going to say, hey.
Listen.
The hell you don't. I'll take it. So, rest the Lane.
Rework his contract. You give him another $8 million per year and then give him, some $30 million in incentives. Listen, we're going to have him here for another 3 years, and his numbers are absolutely ridiculous over the past 5 years. Look at this. He's had 6,500 pass blocking snaps over the last 5 years. He's allowed 21 sacks.
And I would love to see how those sacks actually happen. Like, and I'm pretty sure some of them were like, blitz is the difference. Lane Johnson is equivalent to a franchise quarterback. When I can draft a guy, and he's been there, well over a decade. I mean, Lane is not talked about enough about how great he is. Not even good. I mean, Lane came into the Eagles saying, "Look, man, I want to leave a champion." Boy, he's that twice. I'm 2 times the champion, 3-time NFC champion. Now he's trying to say, okay, I've done that. Now let's focus on dynasty. So I'm happy for him. I'm not surprised. Howie Roseman is doing 3 things right. He's taking care of the guys who's coming up on new contracts. He's taking care of veterans like Lane. But what he's really doing, them youngins can see that. You see what they did for him? You see what they did? And so if you are on a rookie deal, you handle your business, how are we going to take care of you? And don't worry about whoever is the cap genius in Philly needs to do a master class, because while everybody else is paying people, and in a year from now or 2 years from now, watch how crazy it get trying to keep that number down. Howie is saying, I'm building for the future in the present. Every dollar we giving, I'm giving it to him up front, because I know what's coming. I see Jalen Carter, right? They just added Ojulari. Basically, Howie Roseman vacations in Athens. He vacations in Athens, Georgia. He live right beside Kirby. Him and Kirby have, sweet tea and whatever they eat, hamburgers for lunch. And he goes, send me another one. What? Send me another Bulldog. It's either going to be Malachi Starks or an outside linebacker. It's going to be Kirby Smart Jr. It's going to be another Bulldog in Philly. But congratulations to Lane Johnson. Sometimes doing things the right way, the Eagle way, the professional way, while it looks like it goes unnoticed. Just imagine, hey, yo, Lane, what's up? This Howie, yeah. Hey, man, come up, man. We got some new money for you. For real? Yeah. All right, I'm on my way. That's how you do it, man. It's like Howie went to Lane and said, look, man, I know you said you wanted 20, man. Yeah, I couldn't get you 20. Yeah, I got you 30. What? Yeah. So, hey, shout out to Howie Roseman, man. Shout out to him.
I still think the craziest part, like, we go look at the other side, right? I'm gonna pull up this one, right? So when Jordan Mailata's contract ends, right, that means the Philadelphia Eagles would have had 30 years of just greatness at right tackle. Yeah, Trey Thomas, Jason Peters, and Jordan Mailata. When his contract ends in, I think, in like another 4 years, that's 30 years of literally the best left tackles in football over the last 30 years. Man,
that's why y'all elite. whenever my staples are my left tackle, my right tackle, and particularly my center on my O-line, and I mean this humbly, I have a better shot of putting guys at the right guard and left guard position. That outside position, man, especially left tackle, you got to be stable. But because a guy like Lane, man, how are we saying, dude, I can build my team because I don't worry about the key positions. Quarterback, check. Running back, check. Left tackle, right tackle, check. Mekhi Becton gone. Who cares? We can trade Mekhi Becton gone, yeah, and wish him all the best. We're gonna trade all we're gonna do is we're gonna trade Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to the Texans. We're gonna take a former first round pick at guard. What? I do this for Howie Long said, I ain't new to this, I'm true to this. I do this for real. Like, don't let my appearance fool you. I don't like nobody, and I'm coming for everybody. So, hey man, like I say, y'all better watch. My Falcons, man.
And that goes into this next thing you were just talking about, like how he's doing his wheeling and dealing. So can someone tell me this? Name me a successful Eagles player that did well after not getting a contract here, after playing here, then leaving. I can only think of Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson is literally the only player that left here under money, trade, etc., that continued to perform well, over more than a handful.
I give you two. I give you one more. The only Deshaun and LaShawn. LaShawn McCoy.
Forgot about him in the Bills. I forgot about him in the Bills.
Here's the thing. That's still a very short list, though. Deshaun and LaShawn. Okay. Well, they're very dynamic in the way that they play, too, right? Deshaun is a deep threat. LaShawn McCoy is more of a super-duper shifty back.
That was my thing. He's the only person I can think of, right? Off the top of my head.
And Brian Dawkins had a successful, when he went to Denver, but it wasn't
impactful.
Yeah, it was impactful more than successful. So it's something about playing for the Eagles that people start saying, now it's gonna be, look, man, you really want to go? I'm gonna let you go get your money. Yeah, all right, because you want your money, right? And I get it, you want your money, but I want the Eagles to say, dude, what if I could give you your money and everything that comes with it? I'm talking about championships, Pro Bowls, Super Bowls, exposure, being, it's like now, because that's everybody want their money. I get it. You want your money. And when people say you can't eat no ring, yeah, but you want one. You can't eat no wedding ring, but you still got one for your lady, didn't you? Don't give me that. Don't nobody want no ring when you ain't never won one. I won a ring in college. I never won one. And I want an NCAA championship ring, not a natty. I don't like when players do that. Oh man, it's just a Super Bowl. Are you crazy? What?
That's like some of the nonsense I was reading on social. People were like, "Oh, it was just a meaningless Super Bowl." I'm like, "Wait, what? When did Super Bowls become? Are we trying to run down players' names so bad that we're just sitting there saying the Super Bowl's meaningless?" What?
Listen, let me tell you something. Back in the day, Jim Carrey was on this movie called Liar Liar. Yeah, and his son said, Daddy, my teacher said beauty is only skin deep. He said, that's just stuff ugly people say. And there's so much truth in that. Let me tell you something. I'm not saying you're a loser when you say it's only a ring. I'm saying you hang around losers and you picked up on that mentality. That makes no sense. You're playing to get everything this thing can give you. And I get it. You want your money. Everybody wants their money in every walk of life. I don't care what profession you're in, you want your money. But if me and Steven are, and we are part of a law firm of Steven and Ben, we trying to be the best lawyers in the city. Or what are we doing it for? So when people say that, oh, it's just a ring, I go, all right. But if your team was in the super duper, we just got to get this one. Okay. Man, I don't want, look, it used to be Kansas City was the reason why you ain't going to win it. Now, it's them boys in Philly. I'm not saying you can't beat them. I'm saying you got to beat them. And for one game, not caring who gets the credit, not caring how they look, not caring how they get the win, that is what makes Philly dangerous. They're going, look, dude, A.J. Brown just realized your numbers are good. Dude, you already a first team off. You know what I'm saying? Do you want this win, A.J.? Yeah. Be quiet. Go get you a book or something.
Now everyone's up in arms now. This week, obviously, Mekhi Becton doesn't stay. Which we both kind of thought he was hanging around because he was trying to stay, and you look at the contract, and they were like, "Oh, well, the Eagles could have did that." I'm like, no. Again, well, we already told y'all let Howie cook, right? Y'all see the comp picks for the next 2 years, right?
Listen, sometimes, and sometimes Mekhi Becton. Look, once again, it's a business. So this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is his second contract. He's trying to cash in. Just like Milton Williams did. Sometimes I'm trying to cash in on I just won a Super Bowl. But once again, Howie is saying, look, I'm gonna take care of you, but I got to take care of you in the confines of what we do here. There's a number that we have, and there's a number that you have, and they ain't clicking. So, hey man, we wish you the best. And before he could pack his stuff, trade. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson goes to Houston, and because Mekhi Becton just proved, wait a minute, former first-round pick, in a good system, but not the system for him. Hey man, so now the guard from Houston get to see what it feels like to win consistently. I know he's coming from a winning system over there in Houston, but Houston ain't Philly. NFC South ain't the NFC East. I mean, AFC South and the NFC East. So listen, Mekhi Becton, outside of being in the parade, and I mean this humbly, he won't even be missed. That's how good the Eagles are.
But now there's a reason for that, and it's not because Mekhi Becton hasn't turned his career around and figured out that he's still an amazing player that is still going to continue to maul guys in this league. It's Jeff Statland, man. He finds guys and he figures out not just that like where the hidden talent is, but just where these guys can get the best out of each other. And like, listen, we've already talked about what he did with Jason Peters. We already talked about what he's already done with Jordan Mailata, what he did with Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey, can keep going with names. What he did, Mekhi Becton proves a point that, as we talk about Howie, like, listen, Jeff Statland should have a statue too, man. There's a reason why they say Statland University here in Philly. We have the best offensive line in football, and we've had it for the better part of 10 years. I really don't care what people have to say with who's been a rotating door at guard for on each side for the last 10 years. We already know who the staple center and both tackles have been during that time, and to have not one, not two, but three, but almost four guys that are going to be potential Hall of Famers at the offensive line position over that 10-year span. Jeff Statland, as we were already talking about, Howie Roseman's going to be guaranteed a gold jacket. He's probably going to have one too.
The legacy is growing, and Howie Roseman has been around the Eagles for a long time. And he didn't start where he is now. He came up, as a scout, he came up through the ranks, which means I'm learning all aspects of behind the scenes of what it takes to build a successful organization. But the one thing he said was this: when I do come to GM, we're gonna win first. Then we're gonna win consistently. Then we're gonna win championships. Look at the blueprint. Because sometimes as a GM, you peak too early. John Lynch. You peak so early that you start thinking, all I got to do is Jimmy Garoppolo, if he can hit Emmanuel Sanders, you beat Kansas City. But he didn't. And then you start talking about Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is fourth and 6, fourth and goal to go. You take the ball out of his hand, kick the field goal, get the ball to Patrick Mahomes. The rest is history, right? Mm-hmm. And people be saying, we're going to be back, dude. A playoff window was tough. A Super Bowl window, I'm talking about you can barely get your fingers in that window to keep it open. So for Howie Roseman, he is saying, I'm doing it through the draft picks, veterans, and I got guys that are staples like Lane Johnson. I got guys that's been here a long time, to the point where I got guys that been here when we were figuring out how to win, and they stuck around since we've been winning. Now they want to keep winning. That's one of the winning. And Howie knows this, dude. I know how to get him in here. The greatest thing you have as a GM is how your team plays on Sunday. Who plays better than the Eagles on Sunday? Nobody. So the product is one thing. What it does on Sunday is everything. I don't care. Look, you can have the nicest car in the world, right? Put it on the line against a car and you lose. People are like, hey, bro, like you lost? You lost to I lost to the Rice Rocket. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a fan of Howie Roseman because of how he does. Not that everybody thinks they're doing. Like listen, up until last year, everybody thought the Kansas City Chiefs front office was the greatest, right? Not so much now, right? Huh? Ain't nobody really talking about Kansas City. Their front office is amazing. Are they? Are they now? Because
everyone was talking about the 49ers. The 49ers had over the last 2 years they're in trouble now. You know, have you not seen what's been going on over there? They're in trouble. You know, you got Trent Williams about to be 102. You know, you get rid of Debo. Greenlaw goes. We already talked about that. Who they lost both their top corner and top safety, right? So you're about to have to pay Brock Purdy probably a ridiculous contract that he probably doesn't deserve. Is Lynch really going to be testing his rules to see what's going on here, or if you're John Lynch, do you trade away?
It's easy to say yes, trade away, but what do you get? Because I'm not a huge fan of Brock Purdy, but he is good for what they want him to do in San Francisco. This is the only problem. If I'm looking at the best players, for San Francisco, how many names do I say before I get to Brock Purdy? Right? I mean, he's not better than C-Mac. He was not better than Ayuk. Right? He wasn't better than Debo. He wasn't better than Fred Warner. He wasn't better than Trent Williams. He wasn't better than George Kittle. He wasn't better than Greenlaw. He wasn't better than safety. He wasn't better than Travarius Ward. That's 9 players. And I ain't even mentioned your quarterback. I'm not saying your quarterback got to be the best player. He can't be the 10th best player. He might not be better than the fullback. All these players I'm naming, first team All-Pro, first team All-Pro, first team All-Pro, first team All-Pro. Oh, there go Brock. And I'm not mad at Brock. I'm not mad at him, but I had the best tight end in football. I had the best left tackle. I had the best 2 linebackers. The best 2 linebackers were Greenlaw. I had one of the best safeties, right? I'm just saying across the board, I had a lot of help. Ayuk was a first team All-Pro when he got his deal. Now, I'm trying to understand, why are you trying to get rid of Ayuk? Why are you trying to? George Kittle's going to be there. Yeah. The fullback's wife, and I want to say George Kittle's wife, is beefing. Like, let me tell you. So when the fullback got cut, George Kittle's wife comes on, started talking trash about the fullback. Then the fullback gets re-signed. And it's like George Kittle's supposed to tell his wife, what the hell are you doing? Like, you don't tweet that until you see breaking news he's with another team. And you probably still don't do it because now that's very awkward. Because for 2 reasons. One, he's back on the team, and he's happy to be back on the team because what the hell was his wife going to do with all that 49ers gear she be selling? She make the trench coats and all that kind of stuff. It's trouble in San Francisco, not because of the Eagles and not because of what's going on. You're not even the best team in your division. The Rams won it. Seattle got Sam Darnold. I mean, unfortunately, Kyler Murray, outside of him, looking like a toddler, trying to take the remote from him when he's scrambling. It just, I don't know what's going on in Arizona. I think San Francisco in 1 year is looking up saying, who are we better than other than Arizona in this division? And the answer is, I don't know. They're not better than the Rams. The Rams just got Devontae Adams to go along with Puka and Tutu Atwell, and Matthew Stafford. Is Matthew Stafford better than Brock Purdy? Yep. Now, for 1 year, is Sam Darnold, if he looks like he did in Minnesota, better than Brock Purdy? Yep. So I don't know how you go from what they've been to what they are now. Injuries is one thing. And if Christian McCaffrey cannot return to what he was before the injury, it's going to be much to do about nothing. His body is letting him down now. And you don't listen. Unless you Adrian Peterson or Barry Bonds, you don't get bigger, faster, and stronger as you get older. You get slower, and your bones get, thinner. So we'll see what's going on. Because San Francisco fans used to talk they were talking a lot of trash last 3 or 4 years. I'm hearing crickets out there in the Bay now. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Now we're gonna get into this because me and you've been talking about this, the last few weeks, and the situation in Cincinnati has kind of calmed down now. But oh man, did the Bengals have to pay out to bring back Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. They had to pay out. So that being said, how surprised are you about this one, my friend?
I was very surprised. I knew they were going to try to give T. Higgins his money. Like they were going to try to do something. But here's the thing. Once again, I ain't never seen these two massive contracts, same time, same team. The likelihood of T. Higgins playing out that contract is 0%. The first 2 years, they're going to give him money, then they're going to try to start restructuring. But I'm going to say this, though, Steve. I'm going to say this, though, JB. What are they getting, though? Like, you can't beat Baltimore, right? You be back and forth with the Steelers, right? Sometimes it be a game with Cleveland, right? Joe Burrow said, I am willing to take less money to bring back my guys. Well, they're trying to sign Trent Hendrickson because he led the league in sacks, and don't nobody want to pay him for that outlier year. Like people are like, man, I want to pay you, but are you a 17.5 sack guy year in and year out? No one is. So listen, it looks good for the Bengals. I know Chad Ochocinco and TJ Houshmandzadeh is loving it. That's what they compare Jamar Chase and T. Higgins to. But you knew Jamar Chase was gonna get his money. But sometimes, listen, Howie Roseman saw that contract and was like, "What the hell they do to Cincinnati?"
And so we have to do the comparison, right? We have to do the comparison at this point in time. So when you look at it, how do you wind up paying $100 million more for those two guys than we have here in Philadelphia for Brown and Smith? When I'm sorry, like I don't take anything. Jamar's number one. He kills all those categories and things like that. But for all of the nonsense that surrounds AJ Brown and people call him a diva and this that. Like, listen, he still performs on the highest level. He doesn't disappear in playoff games and things of that nature. And he's the guy on the sideline, demanding the respect of all of them and basically like, hey, like, I'm one of the elite guys out there, and they both have Super Bowl rings now to prove that they are.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at T. Higgins' numbers. He going to his he going to a 6 year right now. He got 330 catches, 4,595 yards, 34 touchdowns, 13.9 yards a catch. Right. But then I go to Devonta Smith. I go to Devonta Smith. He's going to his 5th year, right? Going to his 5th year. 308 catches, 4,011 yards, 27 touchdowns. So his numbers are right there with T. Higgins right now. Okay, now people going, who would you rather have? Jamar Chase or AJ Brown? People, who would you rather have? For the Eagles, I'd rather have AJ. You know why? AJ Brown is listen, Jamar Chase is him. I mean, he is. I ain't taking nothing from him. AJ, listen, if they're having a welcome to the him gala, AJ's he getting the invite. I'm him. It's the I'm him gala. Look, listen, AJ Brown. When people say there are players and receiver better than him, no the hell better than him. Mm-mm. So the numbers tell one story, right? The numbers tell one story. The game film is the story. Ask any DB who you want, AJ or Jamar Chase. You know what they're gonna say? Is there an option C? I don't want either one of them. That's it? No. So look, Cincinnati, they brought back Cincinnati know to win or compete in that division. I got to have my guys on offense. Granted, the better tandem to me, there is no better tandem in football than Smith, right? And AJ. Not a better one. And Devonta Smith signed a 3-year deal. He's going into the second year of that 3-year deal. He's going to sign another extension while T. Higgins is in this second. Man, listen, Howie Roseman, Howie said, dude, I'm not giving you $100 million right now, Devontae. Why? Because you don't need $100 million. I'm going to give you 3 years, 88. You know what I'm saying? He goes, cool. With some incentives. And 3 years, or 2 years from now, he's gonna sign up there. So I don't know. I'm happy for Cincinnati because for one offseason, that looks brilliant. In 2026, 2027, watch that Cincinnati front office. They're going to be like, dude, they better hope nobody else on Cincinnati start balling and want their money. They won't be able to afford it. I got $200 million quarterbacks, a $300 million quarterback, a soon-to-be what, $30 million defensive end to finish third in the division? Ha! Not doing it. I'm just.
What are your thoughts, JB? You think Cincinnati overpaid, and do you feel that the Eagles have the better wide receiver duo in the league?
Well, the problem is how they going to get past the Bills?
They're not going to get past. They're not going to get past Baltimore.
They won't get past anybody.
Look,
they don't know how to build a defense. Is their problem?
I gotta say
they have no defense.
Listen, I love Joe Burrow. I respect Joe Burrow. We need to get that. When they went to the Super Bowl, they had the worst O-line in football. And I don't know how they made it to the Super Bowl. We need to get past that. I'm going to tell you why. We think, hey, dude, they're going back. Cincinnati, listen, Cincinnati ain't Cleveland, but it ain't far now. It ain't Cleveland. But we act like Cincinnati Bengals, they got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Trey Hendrickson. And, like, I'm just saying, like, Jalen Hurts said, I ain't never led the league in passing yards. I ain't never led the league in touchdown passes. But what do I got that none of them guys got? Not only do I got a Super Bowl championship, I got 2 NFC championships. I got a Super Bowl championship. And once again, I still took a very friendly deal. Because they just paid Josh Allen after his regular season MVP. Okay. So Jalen says, what's more important, Super Bowl MVP, regular season MVP? I guess it depends on the team you play for. I guess it just because because once again, Jalen Hurts just said, they said, Jalen, how you feel about the regular season MVP? This is what he went, boring.
Boring.
He ain't gonna say that. He ain't gonna say it out loud. But you know what? Now Jalen Hurts is gonna win the regular season MVP just to show people what you gotta say now. Like
he don't got nothing to prove to anyone, but I do feel like that's something that's coming. And speaking of ridiculous stuff that teams do, the Giants did it again. When you thought they couldn't stick their foot further in their own house, they do. They signed Slayton for literally the same contract they refused to give Saquon Barkley. What bizarro world is the Giants front office living in?
Sloppy seconds.
No, listen, and not
sloppy seconds.
And not only did they do that, though, and they also let Ojulari come to the Eagles. They just sent another player to the Eagles.
Down to 95.
And look, when it
not
comes
one
to
but two, because we got a Dory Jackson and we got the kid from Georgia.
Oh my God! Listen, I'm not a Dory Jackson, another former Titan. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't take the Giants serious anymore. No, like they don't. I don't think they care because they know they're not gonna compete in the NFC East for years to come. They don't have a quarterback.
No, they got Donnie DeVito.
Oh, that's right. They got Dan DeVito nephew. Yeah. I mean, look. Listen. Outside of Justin Fields going to the New York Football Jets, it ain't much to talk about in New York, period. Like, it ain't. I mean, it ain't. What are we talking about? Oh, Justin Fields get to reunite with his former team at Ohio State. Can they beat Buffalo? No. Nope. Can they beat Miami? No. They might lose New England. With the New York Football Giants, outside of maybe honoring Eli Manning or Tiki Barber, in the Ring of Honor, or Tom Coughlin or Justin Tuck, who cares? It's like you did not want to sign Saquon Barkley. You should have to go talk to a therapist. Be like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, sit down. Right. Like, hey man, hey Doc, I need to talk to you. Yes, the hell you do need to talk to me. Did you really tell Saquon Barkley on national TV? Hey Saquon, we're gonna let you walk. Saquon, like, what did you just? You gonna let me walk? Yeah. Who the hell are you? I'm the GM. Now I know who you are, but and the owner signed off on it. You think when you say I don't think there's a back out there like Saquon, but I don't think he's gonna get the money that he wants. Somebody should have walked in there with they should have had some Johnson & Johnson baby powder, and they should have poured it in their hand like this. Go up to that GM and slap the hell out of him. He should have a handprint right here. Because I'm like, Saquon Barkley is one of the best athletes to ever come through the league, regardless of position. And he just went for over 2 bands. I would say this. Saquon Barkley might be the greatest player to be the greatest teammate you've ever seen. You ain't never seen nobody of that caliber, that humble, that, unselfish. I ain't never seen it like that. Hey, man, you want to get in this game? Let them youngins eat. Hey, man, you're not going to play week 17, week 18. All right, cool. What? I'm just saying, man. So if you're looking for a player, just wait on the Giants to do something stupid. They're going to let him go, and you can snatch him. Okay? Like Dexter Lawrence, he going to be up, and he going to be like, Dexter, we don't want to pay you. You can get him. And people say, what about Kayvon Thibodeau? What about it? No.
Bro, and Howie brought back our boy Brian Westbrook.
Oh yeah, player personnel, right? Player personnel.
College recruitment.
College recruiting. Listen, I'm gonna have to just come up to Philly. The test I want to achieve. Walk through the facility and walk by Brian Westbrook and not fanboying. What's up? What's up? Hey man, it's Brian Westbrook. Like, what, man? You beat Westbrook, baby. You Mr. You were the first player that I can remember was finna rush for a touchdown and just laid down right there at the 1 yard line to run the clock out. That's B Westbrook.
Yep.
Nasty. Y'all have
the most unselfish back ever.
B Westbrook is just. Y'all done had B Westbrook. Y'all done had Deuce Bailey. Y'all done had LaShawn McCoy, Ajayi. Y'all done had some dudes. Y'all are spoiled. Y'all had Darren Sproles. Darren Sproles was so good.
Mighty Mouse.
He was so good.
Mighty
Mouse.
And speaking of breaking Ben's heart, he predicted this a few weeks ago that Kyle Pitts was going to be in the trading block, and sure enough, this week, guess what? Kyle Pitts is on the trading block, and it looks like there's a possibility that Philadelphia is involved with talks with Atlanta to bring Kyle Pitts in. So Ben, when are you giving psychic readings out, and should we prepare for Super Bowl number 2?
Y'all should prepare for Super Bowl number 2 if y'all get Kyle Pitts or not, because y'all loaded. Sorry, Zach Ertz. I know I want to come back. No, we good. I want this for Kyle Pitts for 2 reasons. One, he's a Philadelphia kid. He's born and raised in Philly.
Yep. And
number 2, I don't just like a Saquon. When you don't utilize a player as gifted as a Kyle Pitts, he looks mediocre and regular. No, he's playing. No, he had Kirk Cousins. He had Kirk Cousins throwing him the football, man. Like, what? His best year was his rookie year when he had Matt Ryan, right? Let me show you the Matt Ryan effect when people don't think Matt Ryan was good. Roddy White got drafted by the Falcons before Matty Ice. He had Michael Vick as his starting quarterback. Was not the same player. When Matty Ice got there, he said, "You're Roddy, right? But we got to cut that out, right?" Then he got Julio. Then he got Harry Douglas. Then he got Michael Burns Turner. Then he got Tony Gonzalez. And then we lost to New England. Anyway.
And then you got no rings.
I just think for Kyle Pitts, if Kyle Pitts goes to Philly, he's going to have a resurgence like you saw Saquon did in 2024. The kid don't lack anything, man. It's not like he's not a good player. Kyle Pitts be out there at wide receiver. If you ever seen the Falcons play, where's Kyle? He's on the single receiver side. Why? Exactly. Why? Like, he's fast and he's athletic, but he's not getting open on number 1, number 2 corners. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Kyle Pitts on the corner. Yeah. Well, he's bigger in the corner. He might be more athletic. But if you throw that rock, they're gonna pick it anyway. I hope that Kyle lands on his feet with a team like Philly. He'll get they'll give him like a 1-year prove it deal. And boy, I think he's gonna prove it. Listen, potentially now. AJ, Smith, Dotson, Barkley, and Pitts. That's cheating like a mother. That's cheating. It's cheating now. It's cheating right now. When I saw the Saquon Barkley news last year, I kept hitting my refresh. Like, come on, bro. It ain't even April Fool's. Like, come on. I said, my brother was sending me a bunch of laughing emojis. Like, we got him. I'm like, what? If y'all get Kyle, if Philly get Kyle Pitts, Dallas go there. Dallas go. He don't want to leave. But if Kyle Pitts come, he goes, okay. Y'all now keep him going.
And speaking of Dallas, I got we have to talk a two little notes came out of Dallas this week. For us former Eagles fans and people who followed, Miles Sanders went to Dallas. Oh man. And to boot, there were some parting shots going out in Dallas this week. I have to throw that pun in there because that's exactly what was going on. One of the veterans was getting out of there, and then apparently him and Micah Parsons got into it on social media, and he basically went on like, hey, basically I was speaking the truth. Maybe if you were told Micah if he wasn't running his mouth so much on social media, maybe they would have won more together.
Oh,
so
oh boy.
Look. When I saw it, this is what I said. I don't necessarily like kissing and telling on DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, D-Law's, but he ain't lying. See, sometimes, right? We don't like the truth from who it comes from. It's the truth. Because he's looking at Micah Parsons and Micah. Boy, when you was a freshman in high school, I was in the NFL. When you was a freshman in high school, I've been here 11 years.
It's just that, like, he was a Dallas boy too. He was born in Dallas.
Right. D-Law said, "Look, man, I was in Dallas for 11 years, right? We was married to the same people, right? This ain't it. And now, and D-Law did it the right way. He said, look, now D-Law said, I'm not gonna win no chip. I'm not gonna win no chip in Dallas. Well, you sure as hell ain't finna win one in Seattle. But I get what you mean by Dallas. Here's the thing about Micah Parsons, though, right? Do you got to respond to everything? We know you got your podcast because the thing is, man, you a clown. You a clown. Am I a clown, Michael? Because we was on the same team together, right? And I get it. You could throw your helmet down when we don't get it, when we miss the field goal and all this. Bro, I've been in Dallas for 11 years. He was in Dallas so long, I think Sean Garrett might have coached him. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I like this kind of stuff, though, for two reasons. I cannot stand the Dallas Cowboys fans. And this is when, and the only way that's going to pop this delusion bubble is from within. If the players don't start telling the fans, y'all need to get a life. The stuff y'all say about Dallas. Next year, what? What? Y'all think it's Dak fault? Y'all still blaming Tony Romo. You might be blaming Quincy Carter when he was there. No. The Dallas Cowboys,
Jerry's fault.
The Dallas Cowboys are the big you almost like don't want to laugh at them no more because it's getting old to laugh at them. But when they do this infighting, and who tried to come and save the day? Mr. Dallas Cowboy himself, Michael Irvin. They need the chest. They need the no. It's Dallas. Y'all are a train wreck waiting for something to hit. And it's gonna happen. It's either gonna happen from Jerry, Dak gonna do something like, I don't know, it's 4th and 17, and he runs for 16, and slides. And that's it, Dad. What? That's the game. In the playoffs, you did that, by the way. So,
well, how about the old lineman that fumbled the ball? I mean, they've been doing this for years.
The Dallas Cowboys are. I don't know who came up with this America's team stuff. I can't stand it. America's team. America's team? What America?
Ugly ass star.
They're America's team. Says who? We ain't get the vote. I ain't get the vote on that. Did you? If they're America's team, America's in trouble. If that's America's team, we're in trouble. I'm just saying. Hey, it's great. It was great theater. It was a great 7. Stephen A. Smith, the greatest Dallas hater of all time.
Yes.
He was like, man.
I don't know, man. With BG officially retiring, he has the Dallas Sucks website and the whole 9. I don't know, man. I think BG might have to. Steven takes great pleasure on the grandest stage to kind of poke fun at them, but I still think BG has to be the biggest hater at this point in time.
BG, we need to get BG on the show, man. BG just looks like a person that just has a good time in life. Talks trash, win or lose, winning the game, losing the game, good game, bad game. He got that funny little laugh.
Yep.
But he's also got 2 championships.
Yep.
3
We need to put his website on every time we talk about the Cowboys. Give him
he
a
has a
DallasSucks.com.
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 That's it. That is Brady Graham's website.
That is brilliant. That is.
Speaking of utter nonsense, along with brilliance, we got to talk about this one. Cam Newton is being absolutely ridiculous again. I know Ben's already taken some likeness to some of the things he said, but he's at it again. And this time, it's he's basically saying the WNBA is going to be bigger than baseball in 5 years, all because of Angel Reese. Right. I don't think there's anybody on this planet that feels that way.
No, I mean, I don't even watch NBA.
Angel, listen. I'm a fan of WNBA. I'm a fan of Angel Reese. Let me tell you what I think is really happening. Cam, you trying to holler at Angel Reese or something? Are you trying to shoot the shot at the young lady or something? Because this is. I'm just asking. If you are, you are. You Cam Newton. You don't need my advice. But when Cam Newton started doing media, I was like, finally got Cam in there, man. He gonna be a true teller. He ain't gonna be doing no sensationalized stuff. And I spoke too early. First, Cam says he wouldn't give back his MVP regular season for a Super Bowl. And I'm gonna say this, Cam, I don't believe in calling people liars, but you ain't telling the truth. Listen, I'm not calling you no liar, but you ain't telling the truth. With this right here, I'm like, I said, okay, are you gonna be like my minority owner for the team she plays for? We've seen Angel. Listen, Angel Reese is a good player. We've seen it at LSU. What you doing there? We see.
Yes.
Caitlin Clark is a great player. Caitlin Clark got people watching the WNBA. The only reason they watching Angel Reese as much as they are is because Caitlin Clark is out there playing against her. And for people that don't like Caitlin Clark, you just don't like greatness. You don't like athletes. You don't like transformational type players. So Cam got Funky Fridays. What 4th and 1, a 4th and goal, he got C1 in. Cam, you Cam Newton. Stop it. I'm just saying, we say stuff sometimes. Listen. I say things in the privacy of my home that I don't say on these airways, on these, because I'll say, you want to get ridiculous? I believe that cereal is soup. It's just cold. I believe it is. Don't get me started. I can do this. I can say ridiculous stuff. And to me, that's what Cam is doing. Okay, if you have a little baby and the little baby doesn't want to go to bed, can they be charged with resisting arrest? They could be. Right? I can do this ridiculous stuff for a living, but here's the thing. Angel Reese don't believe that. Angel Reese is not going to say out loud because of me, because she knows.
But she has, though. I'm pretty sure she did. Early on, she was sitting there saying, this is because of me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm with you.
Somewhere there's a Dallas Cowboy quarterback that's going to win a Super Bowl for Dallas. Problem is, he ain't born yet. He ain't came out the womb yet. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm serious. Jerry Jones. Yo, they got that curse. It's like the curse of the Oak Island, right? Jerry Jones has to die before a championship can be risen in Dallas. It ain't happening.
Listen. As a former player, I get to talk a lot of trash. You know why? Because I ain't never going back out there. And I don't care what type of player I was or wasn't. Could have been, should have been, would have been. I'm still not saying crazy stuff just to say it. Like, I'm not going to say things that are just blatantly ridiculous. Like, we don't got to do that. Cam don't got – a regular person don't got to do that. You Cam Newton, man. Angel Reese going to be the reason why. She going to be the reason why what? Angel Reese got a – did she have like a – something at McDonald's or something? She had like a big
but she got to deal with McDonald's going on right now, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy for her. I ain't mad at her. But come on, man. Like the people who save or change the way a league is looked at, it's not questioned. You see what I'm saying? When Bird and Magic saved the NBA because you had two guys on different parts of the country, East Coast, West Coast. Michael Jordan, he took it to another level. But without them two first, I don't know if Mike would have done it by himself. So you had them two. When it comes to Angel Reese, is she going to be as good as Sue Bird, Karasi, Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoop? You know what I'm saying? Cheryl Miller? No, and hell no. So what are we talking? Man,
the sensationalizational media. That's what it is.
I mean, listen. We got Karens and we got Chaz. We gonna have to come when you say something ridiculous. I know that like guy like Charlamagne, guy got stuff like Donkey of the Day. We got to come up with something, man. We you know what I'm saying? Because this is getting out of hand, man. And
it's the boob of the day.
And speaking of out of hand, just came across my TV screen again. We have to deal with the Packers and their freaking nonsense again. So the Packers have officially filed a rule change to prohibit an offensive player from pushing a teammate who has lined up directly behind the snapper and receives the snap immediately. Like basically, you know, trying to say that the finding a new way to kind of take away the quarterback sneak, aka the, you know, the tush push, the brotherly shove, however you want to refer to that. But man.
I've already made one Jim Carrey reference when I said, you know, liar. I'm gonna make another one. When he was in our Ace Ventura, he said, "You, sir, are a loser. Zer." Let me tell you something. You know, the Packers is a storied franchise. You know, I think they're the only franchise. Like I think like the fans kind of own some of the team. They do some real unique stuff. D-Law just told Michael Parsons, if you focus more on the game and making more tackles, I will still be there. If y'all focus more on what they can control, which is on the field, listen to me. What do you think do you think, hey fellas, we can't do the tush push? So what the hell you think we finna do? Tush push on two. They finna go right out there and do it. Here you go, Packers. This is what this really is. Packers got the cheese heads. Packers got Vince Lombardi. Packers got Brett Favre. Packers got, you know, Aaron Rodgers. We wanted this. We wanted the tush push. Well, come up with something that can't nobody stop. Like winning games consistently. Like winning the NFC Championship. Like winning the Super Bowl. You're not going to do – because when you start making this about anything but the fact that we can't stop, this ain't coming from the players. Because the players know what's up. I mean, Jalen Hurts should have a – as he should say, turn on my mic in my helmet. We're gonna run the tush push. Just let it go out. It's just the whole stadium. Matter of fact, put the whole Packers team on the other side, and it's not gonna matter. So it's the greatest. It's the greatest. It might be the greatest thing ever in the NFL because there aren't. You know what this is? The tush push is equivalent to the sky hook. No one can stop that from screen. You know it's coming. He's gonna get it right there on the left. He's gonna come in. Well, he's 7 feet. So when he goes like this, he's like 7.5 feet. Stop it. That is so. Listen, don't call it a tush push. It's the sky hook. Sky hook on 3. So I love it, man. I love it. Nothing's gonna listen. I do my best to go to JA meetings. You know the JA meetings is called Jerks Anonymous. I could be the biggest jerk in the world. Well, if you've ever met an Eagles fan, they're not jerks. They're honest. We are honest and arrogant and confident. We got like a confident. We took a super, put arrogance in it, confidence in it. We hate everybody. We love being hated. We hate y'all. Y'all hate us. What about the push? That's the seasoning. And we're gonna eat it. No, we're gonna serve it to the Packers fans. Matter of fact, the Eagles need to come up with their own cheese heads. Call them tush pushes. Like a pillow, right? Like a pillow for all the tears. For the Packers fans. Call them, these are tush push pillows. Hey, if somebody comes out with a tush push pillow, we want some of that money. We want some of that copyright.
Well, while the Packers are still eating their sour grapes, the Eagles were actually putting a rule in to change that to help everybody, because the Eagles want to make sure that moving forward, that any team that goes into overtime in playoffs will have an opportunity to possess the ball regardless if it's a field goal or a touchdown. Kind of like how the rules is during the regular season, just for whatever reason they hadn't changed it in the playoffs, which I think it makes sense.
That's beautiful. And what I appreciate the most about what the Eagles are doing with this rule, Steven, is this. They're saying this leaves no doubt. Because if we get the ball first and we go down and score and they don't get a shot, oh, y'all only won because of. Okay. So we go down and score and we get them a shot, we stop them, then what? Or better yet, they get the ball first. They go down and score. We get the ball second. We go down and score. Somewhere along the line, the Eagles realize this. We are here to make the game more competitive. We don't want no competitive advantage. Let's make the game more competitive, and let's see. Now, as long as they don't say them college overtime, we'll be watching the game for 13 hours. You know what I'm saying? 35-yard line in with Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley have 20 touchdowns in a game. So, but I do like the fact that the Eagles are thinking about the league and not just themselves. That's a rule that's supposed to benefit everybody. See, that's how you do it, Packers. And whoever the politician is in Ohio who don't want I don't want you doing the flag thing. Hey, listen, man, I don't want to spike the flag on my field. Well, beat them. When the last time a team lost and spiked the flag? They don't. So beat them. You don't got to worry about it. Because if I beat you at your spot and you're a rival, if I got to get a flag built for that game, I'm gonna have it on the sideline. Stop me. So I like it.
Oh man. I guess Wally's still having problems with his internet there, so we'll see about that one. But wanted to switch gears here real fast and kind of talk about something football related, but not. I don't know if people have really seen this. Xavier Worthy was initially arrested. Claims where it was some type of domestic situation. He was immediately, the charges were dropped, but when everything came out, it looked like basically his significant other was running around on him, and he just couldn't get the evidence he needed to. So he hired a private investigator, and apparently, when confronted about it, she didn't leave the house, called the cops, and claimed X, Y, and Z. Thankfully, Mr. Worthy, dotted his I's and crossed his T's and had everything done. He was immediately released, and she was taken out of the property. So, kudos to him, number one. But number two, I think moving, we talk about this all the time, like how athletes need to protect themselves. Just there needs to be some type of law put in place, just uniformly, that anyone making false accusations should be charged as harshly as what it would be if the person you were accusing was actually doing what they claimed of it. I think it's the same. It should be the same punishment. If you just want to sit there and can say whatever, like, hey, I was at a party with Ben. He rubbed up against me. He sexually assaulted me, and because there's no proof, you have to freaking pay that person. No, that's not how that works. No, we need to change the culture of this. It's not a race thing. It's not it's just a people thing. People need to be honest and listen, if something just doesn't work out, you need to move on. You need to move on and move and figure out what you're going to do with your life. To sit there and try to destroy this man, in the way that she was attempting to, is utterly disgusting. And there does not need to be people like this in this world. I mean, I'm not one to sit there and say she needs to live or die or anything like that, but she doesn't need to be a part of society where she can inflict this type of damage and pain on somebody.
I agree. Xavier Worthy, number one. That's how you do it, young man. Utilize your resources. There's nothing you can do to make a person. No one, when it comes to vengeance, when it comes to revenge, when it comes to evil, no one knows if I'm dealing with someone, something, or some situations that's going to pull that out. But for Xavier Worthy, because of his position, he understood. I can't. Number one, when you are in the limelight, if you are, a public figure, even you, Stephen, you are a public figure. You move a certain way. I can't say what I really want. Now, if I want to lose everything I have, I say whatever comes to my mind. But I'm thinking about the present and the future. So for Xavier, he said, look, let me hire a professional to go find what I can. And then when he did, and this is the best thing he did, he kept his cool. All right, listen, I can't keep her from. But now, when there's something about him coming out, think about what that does for the police department. Hey, man, we might want to. Remember what happened last? We might want to look into this more. Listen, this notion of should all women be believed when you talk about assault? Yes and no. Yes, you should hear them, let them speak their piece, but no, because I got to do my due diligence. Everybody's not in a position like Xavier Worthy to go out there and hire a private investigator. So there are a lot of men or men in general that have been, victims of this. And I agree with something you said, Stephen. If he was accused of this, we're gonna go crazy. We're gonna ridicule. We're gonna just ridicule him in the media. Ridicule him. I'm not saying we got to ridicule the young lady, but she should be held responsible. She should have to feel the consequence because you're gonna lie on him like that. And there's the thing, it makes a mockery of real assault victims, people who have been assaulted, who haven't been believed. Because sometimes, if the person is powerful, they're going to take the person who empowers side because he or she wouldn't have done that. But kudos to Xavier Worthy, handling it like a grown man should, like a professional should. And Xavier, if you're listening, that doesn't mean that everybody's out to get you. That means that she was. So don't take it out on everybody. Compartmentalize these things, but keep your head on a swivel, young man. Because once again, for the rest of your life, you don't know if they want you for you or Xavier Worthy, the football player. So, man, but he handled it the right way, man. Shout out to him. Congrats to him. It all worked out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it all worked out. It was definitely a light onto it. I'm glad that I mean, obviously when it first came out, people were like, "Oh, another Chiefs player did this," another like, "Oh, look how many people." I'm like, let's wait. We're talking about the first few hours of it coming out, man. We need to do something about that. Relax, people. But Other than that, real quick, two more things, and then let's put a wrap on this one. I wanted to give this one some notoriety. Anyone who is familiar with Sean Taylor knows how unfortunate of a situation that he had. His daughter is now grown. She is now part of the North Carolina Tar Heel, and she's going to be giving her dad some love and wearing his number as she competes for them this year. Being a Tar Heel, I think that's definitely a cool moment.
That's dope. I got it the first time I saw her as an adult, older, was she was on the pivot, and she was just talking about how it took her getting older to realize how great of a player her daddy was. When you hear how all the people talk. But I think that's great to honor, because obviously she never really got to know him. So I'm happy. I'm happy for her. I'm happy that she get to, my daughter makes me extremely proud when she does those type of things for me. Because I never want my kids to think they got to live up to something I did. But Sean Taylor, who knows what he would have become had he, never lost his life tragically in his hometown of Miami. But hey, man, if you have to play with a Taylor, I'm pretty sure she rough and tough out there. So I like the fact that she's wearing that 2-1, man. So shout out to her, and I just love the fact that she she wants to carry on her father's legacy like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool moment. And right before we get ready to go, I came across something, brother. You were asking about this Jalen Hurts statue, right? I found it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to throw it up there. We were talking about it for a few weeks. I came across. I'm like, wait,
man, he's got it. Like Jalen Hurts. Once again, Jalen, Brian Westbrook, Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, Deshaun Jackson, LaShawn McCoy. Listen, y'all are welcome here on the Fan in the End. Come through, man. We just want to show you some love and say, hey, we appreciate Jason Peters. Trotter, Brian Dawkins, Weapon X. What's up, baby? We can talk about how I can still feel it right here, man. But no, Jalen Hurts is why you root for football players, why you love watching football players, and why you love football. He embodies all that stuff because underneath of that, ladies, he's taking it. Got me. Yeah, right. Dominique Foxworth wife. Just move on, sweetie. You married to Dominique. I mean, what do you want? You want a Jalen? We'll see if Jalen comes out with a doll. Hopefully with a little string on it. He said, hey, I love you. I don't know what it'll say. Jalen come out with a doll so the ladies can at least take you home with them. I don't know. Crazy.
As we get ready to wrap this one up, Wally got some more shirts coming out. I don't know if you've seen this one. The Kelly Green 215 Just Blaze t-shirt came out.
You know what? Eagles fans, is 215?
That's the main Philadelphia area code is 215.
Eagles fans, Eagles enthusiasts, Eagles players, Eagles coaches. Come on, baby. Y'all came out with the Meek Mill the first time when y'all had Nick Foles. Nick Foles ain't know who the hell Meek Mills was out there trying like, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was fit. Like, who's that? Get you one, rep that thing. It's the Eagles green.
And Wally's also sponsoring one of the fighters fighting at the BKFC Fight Night this weekend at 2300 The Arena. So he just came out with a cool little design for him. So guys, if you guys are supporting the combat sports community, make sure you head over to Just Blaze to support one of the local fighters and show him some love. I got a quick little clip. No.
Listen, if Jamie want to make the stuff out from nowhere in the fall to if you want to make something in that Eagles green, I ain't got no problem with it, baby. I can wear the Eagles green.
Well, yeah, at this point in time, you're an adopted Eagles fan at this point in time. At the
end of the day, here's the thing, right? Because no one cares about Falcons fans, like if I wouldn't do this. Listen. If I made a video saying I'm no longer going to be a Falcons fan, people are going to say, dude, you was a Falcons fan? And he's a therapist talking to me right away. These are alcoholics talking to me. Hey, man, come over here with us. Dude, you need this more than me. So, But hey, man, the Eagles are the toast of the town, man. They are the creme de la creme, and dare I say, they coming. Ooh, that's crazy.
Yeah, they are. It's gonna be it's definitely gonna be an interesting season. Wait to see how the rest of free agency shakes out. What other moves that Mr. Roseman is gonna make, but it's we still have the draft to go, man. So we still got more than a month to go before we get to the draft. So we definitely got some fun stuff to go here. Hopefully we can get get some of the guys that were at the combine, get some of the players on here, see how they're feeling, see what their thoughts are leading into the draft. Maybe, who knows what else we can wind up pulling off here at the Fan in the End. But another fun one today. Hopefully next time we'll be able to get on early and keep Wally engaged and have him in here. I know, this time of day, everyone's getting ready for dinner and everything like that, which is what I'm going to be doing in a few minutes, getting ready for all that. I know you need to take the dog out. He's yelling.
Oh, yeah, that's Pepper. Yeah, I have two dogs.
He's yelling. I heard him.
I have two dogs. One name is Pepper, and the other name is Kaylee. If anybody in the Philadelphia area is looking for two dogs, I can get them to you. Amazon Prime them to you.
Amazon Prime. Oh man, that was another fun one here at the Fan in the End. We'll be back next week. Hopefully same time, definitely the same channel. Make sure you guys are showing us love, like, subscribe, smash that notification bell. Check out the Just Blaze clothing brand. Make sure if you're not grabbing some of the 215 Just Blaze stuff, make sure you're checking out Ben's shirt that he just got made that he's still wearing today. Show him some love. Grab some No Weddings in the Fall gear. We're always going to be having some fun stuff going on here. Again, guys, make sure you're showing us some love regularly on the shows, regardless if it's here at the Fan in the End or on the Parting Shot. Make sure you share the videos. Tell your mom, tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Let them know to tune in to get where you're going to have some of the most unique opinions and thoughts on what's going on in the sports world today. But from me, from Ben, from JB, we will be adding some more other content creators as we're moving forward. But that should put a wrap on this week, and we will be back very soon, my friends. Catch you guys later.
Really?